The next one is words. Hi everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with some autumnal favorites. I love fall. I'm sure a lot of you know that by now by just how excited I get about fall content, and in the last few years I think the season of fall has taken over my life. So I am down for when it gets to the autumn seasons, and I've done something similar to this. I know that for a while people did like seasonal favorites and things like that, favorites of all time, monthly favorites, stuff that's like really, you know, giving them joy right now. And I thought, let's do an autumn one. I haven't done one of those before. I've got quite a lot to show you. I've got mugs, decorations, some books, of course, clothing, just some fun autumnal things that I have in my house or am wearing, or, you know, it gives me all of the autumn vibes, and I love them so much, and I'm really excited about them right now. So I've got this kind of sectioned into probably like 3 or 4 different sections throughout this video. So if there's a specific thing that you want to know about, I will leave all of those down below, and I think that's it. So let's dive into some of the things that I am just loving. So the first kind of category section, if you will, is going to be mugs. So I narrowed down this to 3 mugs that I just love so much right now. They're my go-to. They're the ones that I really like gravitate towards as an option. So I've got quite a few mugs. I have a huge mug collection. My husband does as well, but most of them are mine. And I do have a good handful that are fall mugs. I can always use more. You guys know that I have no problem having more mugs. I love them so much. But I narrowed it down to 3 that are just giving me the most joy. And I'll do the first one first because it currently has my coffee in it. And it is this one. It is hot. Don't do that. So it's clear, and as you can see, it has all of these like pumpkins all over it. I gravitate towards this one the most. I really like the clear mug look right now. I really gravitate towards that. I've got another one that is clear as well, but it has more of a Thanksgiving vibe to it. But this one is just fun pumpkin, and I love it. I'm pretty sure I got this on Etsy. I think someone online just kind of put all the pumpkins. They are, like, some of them I think are starting to go a little bit, which makes me sad, but I got this one last year, and I don't know what it is about the clear mugs that I just adore, but I really, really like the vibe of this. I like that I can see in it for some reason. So I'm trying to show it off without burning myself is what's happening here. But I just love this one, and I really want to show this one with coffee in it because I think that's going to be easier to kind of see what it looks like. But that's one that I love. The next one is, I think, my very, very first fall mug. I didn't buy this thinking it was a fall mug. I bought it liking it and then realized it kind of looks a little bit like a pumpkin, and it's this one. So it has different colors. We have both brown and orange, and it does give me pumpkin vibes. This was my go-to mug for fall early on, and like I said, it's not quite fall vibes in the sense of like there's nothing on it that says that it's fall. It's just the colors that give me fall, and I think the fact that they are striped gives me a little bit of a pumpkin vibe. Also, it's like kind of jets out a little bit at the bottom, which gives it a little bit more pumpkin vibe. But this was my go-to when it was tea season, chai season. I drink a lot of tea when it comes to the fall. That's just like, I love all the warm beverages, and I love tea. So this was my tea mug that I always went towards. And so I think that's why I have like a nostalgia vibe to it, because it just kind of looks a little bit like a pumpkin. And like I said, it wasn't meant to be a fall mug, but I just love this like homemade paint, clay, like that kind of vibe is what I really like when it comes to mugs. And this one just has like a little spot in my heart because it was my very first one. And then the last mug is kind of similar. Actually, if you took both of the mugs that I just showed you and combined them into one, that would be this one. It is, I think I got this one last year, and it looks like this. So it's this cream mug. It's got the same kind of shape and speckledness of it. It's not actually dirty, that's just paint, and I don't actually know why it looks like that, but I think I like that because it gives it this homemade vibe. We've got a brown rim, and then of course we have pumpkins all over it, but like I was saying, it gives you that homemade clay, I just made this in my garage kind of vibe, and I love it. It's a really good substantial size mug as well, and it's very subtly autumn. So, and pumpkins. I mean, who could say no to pumpkins? Pumpkins are the best. The next section, if you will, is my favorite kind of decorations, house decor items. So I'm going to start with a couple that are actually new this year, and this one ties in really well because it's this little spoon caddy, which is pumpkin themed. I have a spoon caddy that I put next to the like sugar and the fridge. I have this little like, I make coffee in the morning at this place kind of station, and so I had a spoon caddy that I actually painted and made. It's a little cupcake that I use year round, but I feel like I need some seasonal ones as well. I really want to get a Christmas one, but I wanted something that was going to be autumnal without being like too on the nose. So I got this little pumpkin. It was super cute, super tiny. That's all I need. I just need a little something for my spoon, and I love it. It kind of goes with the vibe of our kitchen. I wanted something that would kind of go with any room, and neutrals really kind of go with any room, so that in the future, when maybe one day we're not living in this house and it doesn't quite go with the kitchen, it'll still go because neutrals. So I love it. I think it's cute. The next one are a couple of little kind of decor pieces that I picked up at Target. It was in their like dollar bin, $3 bin kind of section they have near the front of the store. And it's these two little pumpkins. I think they're so cute. They are, I think, like ceramic inside that's just covered with this fuzzy, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a fuzzy velvet kind of over, and then you've got some copper little stems. And so I got one of each. There's two different sizes. You got a little fat and a little taller, but I liked that they had a green vibe. I don't have a lot of green. I have a lot of, you know, pumpkin colored things like leaves and stuff. Mostly all of our like autumnal decorations are in our living room. That's kind of where they all reside. So I wanted to get something that was a little different. I had one section that I didn't really know what to do with, and I saw these and they were super cute, and I don't actually have as many pumpkins lying around as you think I do. Like I've got a couple of like random small pumpkins on the shelf, and so I've got a couple of those around the house, but there's really not that many. So I wanted something that was a little bit more of a statement piece. So I got these, and honestly, they're just really fun to touch because of that like velvety fur kind of feel to it. So aren't they cute? I love them. All right, the next one is one that I picked up. It's like one of my only Halloween specific decor pieces. I really don't do Halloween. I do just general autumnal vibes, and then when Halloween comes around, we have a candy bowl. Like that's really it. I don't have that much decor pieces, but this is one that I bought a while ago because it was giving me like witchy vibes. So for a while I actually had it on like my Harry Potter shelf, but now I just kind of keep it on my shelf and I forget that it's there, and then I move it into the living room when it's fall time. And it's this little collection of books. So we have potions, hexes, and spells. It's ceramic. You've got a skull on one side and a spider on the other. I honestly kind of keep it on my shelf and hide it and keep it like this. For a while I put it next to, I had a Snape Pop Funko, and for a while I used to put it next to that. So I do this throughout the year, and then I bring it out and it gives all the Halloween vibes. But I mean, books. Need I say more? And it's fun and witchy, and I always like a good witchy vibe. Like that's, I'm more of a witchy decorator, I guess, if you will, when it comes to the Halloween side of fall. I just gravitate towards more witchy things rather than like spooky horror or anything like that. I think that's why this is one of my favorites, because it's just a fun little vibe. And the last thing that is my favorite, I say this one to last because it's my favorite decor piece. It is, I bought this the first year we were in this house. It was like my very first like autumnal decor anything that I bought after we got married, and it is to this day my favorite decor piece, period. Like my favorite holiday is Christmas, and it rivals all of my Christmas decorations because I love it that much. It's my new favorite thing, and so I'm going to put it out because it's fragile, and one day when there hopefully are little children running around, it will not be able to be put out anymore. And it is this beautiful blown glass pumpkin. Isn't it stunning? I'm obsessed with it. I got this at TJ Maxx. And I went back recently and I saw that they have like smaller blown glass ones, but I just think blown glass is beautiful, and I liked the size of it. It's a pretty good chunky size. It has this beautiful like almost built-in handle that I can use, and it's just stunning. It's my favorite thing in this house. So I don't know, there's something about this that every time we get to put the autumn decorations out, this one comes out first because it's my new favorite thing, and then I just kind of like fangirl and squeal over it because I just love it so much. Isn't it beautiful? It's got like this beautiful design on it as well, and like the stem is really pretty. I don't know how to explain to you why this makes me feel the things that I feel, but I love it. And as you can tell, it is definitely made out of glass. It's super fragile, so like it makes me nervous, but I love it, and I will continue to put it out as long as it is safe to do so. So, favorite decor piece of all time, right here. I love it. The next section are my favorite candles. So as you guys know, I'm a huge candle person, as you can see from my shelves, and as I was pulling out my decorations, I realized that a lot of them are actually candles. So that's very telling, I think, of who I am. But I've narrowed this down to two, actually, because there are two candles that just stick out as like my favorites. I love burning candles, I love fall scents, but I don't mind going through them. And these are candles that I just love. The first one is one that we get every year from Walmart. We currently have it burning from last year, but there's not much left, so I bought a new one. And this is one that like literally we have this one burning almost at all times just because it smells so good. And it is mulled cider, and this is by Mainstays, and it's orange zest, apple, and cinnamon. It just smells like Thanksgiving is the best way I can describe it. It smells like apple cider is really the best way I can describe it. I don't know if I can show this to you, probably not. But it smells amazing. Like I said, we get this at Walmart. It's not, I don't think this is a Walmart brand per se, but I've only ever been able to find this one specifically at Walmart. And like I said, it's one that we love so much that we like continuously buy it. And it just smells like fall. So whenever it's fall time, we get to burn this, and it's like the official start of fall, and it just makes me so happy. But I love this one so much, and I can't wait to continue to burn that for ever and always, because we will. The other one is one of my favorites from Kindness and Candles. Y'all know how I feel about this brand. I love this brand so much. This is one that I bought at the end of last year, I want to say, when she kind of came out with her fall scents and then did some, I think there was a few left, so I ended up buying this one after I went through the whole thing because I love the smell of it. And honestly, I don't want to burn this because I'm afraid it's going to go away. But I do have, I think, a wax melt version of it, so we might be able to have the scent. But it is Farmer's Market, and it looks like this. Of course, you've got your glitter. It's not showing, but there is glitter on the top. And it just smells beautiful. So this is pomegranate, lemon peel, apple cider, cranberry, and spice. And that's exactly what it smells like. It gives like cranberry tart apple cider. That's the best way that I can describe it. But it's beautiful. I love this candle. Like I said, I had one completely burned all the way through and then had to get a new one to kind of replenish my supply. And of course now it's no longer able to get, and that makes me sad because I just love it so much. But it just smells so good. So like maybe I'll burn it just a little bit so I can burn it and not burn it all the way down. But like, I love this candle. It's one of my favorite fall scents as well. Oh, I will never get tired of smelling it. Okay, the next section is like clothing, accessories, things like that. So I only have one accessory that I'll show you, and it is my fall earrings. I don't have that many fall earrings. I do have one other pair that I consider fall, but later fall, it just kind of looks like the sweater material. But the ones that I feel like are super fall are these pumpkin ones. I will leave her shop down below, but these are made, the company is called Happy and Handmade, and she makes clay earrings. All of my Christmas earrings come from her as well, so I'm excited to see what her fall earrings this year are going to look like, because I only bought these last year and I love me some fall earrings, so I just need to get more, of course. But they're just these cute little pumpkin studs. There's not much to them, but I love them so much. I think they're super cute. They're fun. They're an easy way to kind of fall up any outfit. I have a sweatshirt that I'll show you in a second that is perfect for these, and like these are my favorites. And I also really like, I have a lot of dangly earrings, but my go-to is actually studs. So the fact that these are fall studs make me so happy. So that's my favorite fall earrings are these little pumpkins, and I love them. Okay, the next section, if you will, is clothing. You just kind of saw some of it. So I have 2 sweatshirts and a new sweater that I got this year, but the first thing I'm actually going to show you is one that I don't even own yet, and that is because I bought it and it's on the way to me, and I know it's going to be my new favorite thing for this year, but it hasn't arrived yet. I'll put a picture of it here, but it's this beautiful, I think it's supposed to be a sweatshirt, but it could be a little thinner, but it has all these little ghosties and there's books, and this is like perfect for October. So I'm hoping that it gets here in the next like week or so. It should as far as like the shipping goes. So we should get it relatively soon, but I just adore this. I think it's super cute and perfect for all of us book nerdy fall girlies, or anybody. It doesn't have to be a fall girly. Anybody can wear this, but that's the one that I'm loving right now. Another one is one that you guys will have seen many, many times, and that is this sweatshirt. This is my fall sweatshirt, if you will. So it looks like this. It says Hello Fall on it, and it's super thick. Actually, it's not too thick, but it's got like fuzzy on the inside, so it's super warm. It's perfect for fall. I haven't brought it out quite yet because it's still a little toasty where I am. It's starting to get there. The mornings are starting to cool down, but it's still like, I think I checked earlier and it's like 80 degrees. So we're not quite into where I can pull out my long sleeves yet, but I'm so excited because this is my like official, we've made it, guys. It's fall time, and I just think it's so cute. So I love that one. And then of course another sweatshirt that I wear a lot is one that my husband got me for Christmas last year. The year before, somewhere in there. Maybe it was last year. I feel like I was really into sweatshirts last year, but it's this one, and it just says one more chapter multiple times over and over and over, kind of making a rainbow a little bit, but I love it. This one is definitely for cozy. This is significantly thicker, and it's just perfect for hanging out in the house when it's super cold outside. And this house, when it is cold outside, it gets really cold really fast. So even though like our heat is on, if I'm in here, because of the windows, it is very cold, and so sweatshirts need to come out. So this one comes out, and I just think it's so cute. I love it so much, and also bookish. It's a very sneaky way to be bookish. Actually, it's not sneaky in the slightest, but it's a way to be bookish. So I'm a big sweatshirt person when it comes to the fall, but I did want to mention one more sweater. I have a lot of long sleeve sweaters. I love long sleeves. It's my favorite thing. I love when it's cold, but this one is new, and I haven't been able to really like wear it yet because, again, long sleeves, but it looks like this. So it's this kind of striped pattern. You've got buttons here at the top. It's super casual. It's knit, but I love it. It's comfy, it's cozy, it's perfect for, I'm just hanging out with my friends and I want to go outside and it's cold, but also like this is my I'm hanging around the house shirt. So it's super cozy and comfy, and it's really soft. Like sometimes that knit material can be not soft at all, but this one's actually quite soft, and I just am so ready for all of the cold days where I can put this on because it's also super flattering. Like it's baggy, but not too baggy. And I just really like it. So that's my like favorite sweater, let's say, right now. But honestly, I go towards sweatshirts a lot because they're so cozy, and it's just really easy for me to pick those up. And then the last section, because of course we couldn't do a video without talking about books, is my favorite fall books. So these are for people who just want to get into the fall mood. Honestly, I think at least one of these I'm going to reread this year. I just think that these are perfect for fall if you want to get into the fall mood. They're all a little bit different, so I don't really have a recommendations video this year. I've got quite a few recommendations I've done in the past, and I'm sure all of these were on it at some point, but these are the ones that just like are like top tier for me. The first one is Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. I actually was recently talking about the second book in the series, which is called Immortality, which came out earlier this year and is on my fall TBR. But this is a Frankenstein vibed kind of story. So this follows Hazel, who wants to be part of the Royal Edinburgh Anatomists Society. She just really wants to be part of that. I think she wants to be a doctor one day, and because she's a woman, they won't let her in, but she kind of creates this connection, this bargain, if you will, with one of the doctors there. who's teaching the classes to kind of get into the society, and he says, well, you can't come to any of the classes because you're a woman, you can't really be part of it because you're a woman, but I like you, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you take the test. You just can't, you know, have any of the books or any of the material to study for the test, but you can take the test. And she's like, okay. And so she ends up teaming up with this guy named Jack, who is basically a grave digger, a grave robber, if you will, and he steals dead bodies and sells them to anatomy professors and students so that they can study the bodies. And so he starts doing that for her. He's helping her out, and he like brings her bodies for her to study so that she can get better and maybe take this test and pass it. And so she and him kind of strike up this deal. There's also this other thing going around, which I believe is called the Red Pox, if I am correct, but there's this something else. No, sorry. It's called the Roman fever. Why did I want it to be the Red Pox? It's called the Roman fever, and it's kind of been tearing apart Edinburgh and a lot of local places. And so she's also trying to figure out what that is and maybe solve it, and that'll like make her look really good as well. There's way more to it than that, but it does have that Frankenstein vibe, like I said, because of the whole digging up bodies and also like studying them. There's a heavy science element to it because of the whole doctor thing, but it's super creepy. It's super gothic. It's perfect for this time of year. If you're not super squeamish, this is good. I personally am squeamish, and there were a couple of stuff in here medically that I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. But overall, it was like, I didn't hate it. And I think I ended up giving this one like 4.5 stars. So this one is a really good book for the fall. Another book for my mystery lovers out there is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, which I think is a book that a lot of people recommend. I know me personally, I'm always in the mood for thrillers and mysteries when it comes to fall, specifically the later parts of fall. So like November is perfect mystery thriller vibes for me. But this one is one that I read a while ago. It's a standalone. It doesn't follow any specific I mean, a lot of her books are standalones, but she has like series that follow the same inspector. This one doesn't do that. I'm sure many people have heard about this, but it takes place on this deserted island. There are 10 strangers. Yes, 10 strangers are lured to this island mansion for one reason or another by this guy called U.N. Owen. And then at dinner, there's a recorded message that basically says, like, all of you have done something, and people start dying at this mansion or at this abandoned island based on a specific nursery rhyme, and they're trying to figure out what's going on because it has to be someone in the party. There's literally no way someone could get off of the island based on some of their, just based on where they are. It's really impossible for it to be like a third party person, so it has to be someone who is included in these 10 people. So it's that story of them figuring stuff out. I have a lot of her stuff. I do enjoy a lot of her stories, and a lot of her more famous ones are the ones that I like the most, but I'm pretty ambivalent, maybe is a good word, to most of her stories. Like lately, a lot of her stories that I've read have all been kind of like 3 stars. This was a 5-star. I loved this book. I like how it ended up. I liked how she kind of peppered in all this stuff. Again, it's abandoned island. It's kind of cold. I don't know if it's like what season this is in, but the whole like being abandoned and figuring out murder mystery vibe is perfect. So it's not super scary if you are someone who's not a big horror fan like I am, but it does have a lot of mystery elements, and I loved it so much. And my last like top tier recommendation, if you will, is for people who want to be in that kind of like Halloween vibe, but just want something fun and cozy. This is for you. And it's gonna make my white balance do crazy things, because it always does, but it is this one. It's called Fangs, and it is by Sarah Anderson, and it is literally a graphic novel, a slice of life, if you will, between a vampire and a werewolf who have fallen in love. That's their story. So I love it because like this pain is one story, this pain is another story, and then you can move on, and that's one story. And so it's really, like I said, slice of life. It's their romance. It's super, super cute, but it gives you that Halloween vibe because vampires / werewolves, but also it is really, really cute, and there's just a lot to their story that I love. So I really want to reread this one in October sometime if I can just squeeze it in. I think I should be able to, because it's giving me, you know, it gives you kind of Dracula vibes with the red on here. It says, I want your love, and then it's crossed out and it says blood. I really, really adore this. It made me laugh out loud a few times, and I just think it's cute and cozy. So if you want like a nice cozy afternoon where you're not doing a whole lot but you want to have that like spooky vibes without having anything spooky, this is perfect and I highly recommend. And I just think it's so good. And that's it. That is a look at some of my autumnal favorites for this time of year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know, as always, if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in today's video, if you have some book recommendations yourself, what your favorite autumnal things are. Do you have a favorite sweater? Do you have a favorite candle, a mug, decoration, whatever it is? I would love to know all of your bookish thoughts or non-bookish thoughts down below. If you like this video, and I very much hope that you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you'd like to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there, as well as other fun bookish links, so check all that out, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!